Alright everybody, we're about to get started here. It's great to have so many people in attendance at our student-teacher send-off and induction event. So it's wonderful to have you at all different stages of the program to enjoy some entertainment, some words of advice. And we have something new this year. We are going to end up having a photo booth, and I will have my lovely student Isaiah demonstrate what you can do with some of the props over in the corner.
Show Isaiah!
All right, so I'm hoping that everyone goes over there, shows their Bobcat pride. We will have someone kind of manning that station. There's all kinds of props, so it's a nice opportunity for you to make some memories with your friends. And one of the great things about these events is that we all get to come together. If you're farther along in the program, you end up getting to mentor some of the students that are behind you. So it's one of the greatest things about teaching is that there's people on all different paths of life and different years of experience, and we can all learn from each other. So it's very exciting. Okay, so we have a number of things planned for this evening. So our first speaker is going to be Rhonda Coombs. She's our new Director of Field Placement and Licensure. She comes to us from the classroom. She's had over a decade teaching government in Washington and Bozeman High School, and we're very pleased to have her in attendance. So let me introduce Rhonda Coombs.
All right, thanks. This is a new role for me. I've been in this role for 2.5 months now, so forgive me ahead of time if I don't feel completely polished. I'm learning everyone's name and the cycle of entering the program and student teaching, and so there's a lot going on in my head. So again, just forgive me as I introduce myself and some words that I want to share with you. I do come from the classroom. I absolutely loved the classroom. It was difficult to leave. I loved my content area, social studies, government. It's definitely a critical time right now, as it has been for the last several hundred years in our country, so it's always a fun subject to teach. I love lesson planning. I love analyzing all of the assessment data to fine-tune lessons for the next day and to help support students. I love my colleagues. I love the relationships that I built with students. Like I said, it was really difficult to leave, but in the 2.5 months that I've been here, I've met a lot of amazing up-and-coming educators, and that has completely solidified my decision to pass the torch to you. I'm really excited about the energy every time that I meet somebody, meet one of the students, whether you're going to practicum or whether you're going into the classroom for full-time student teaching this spring. This table full of name tags is also very inspiring to me, just to know that there's so many people interested in the profession. As you know, education is one of the greatest professions there is. It's the profession that creates all other professions. It draws a certain type of person, the people in this room, someone who is compassionate, someone who is curious, someone who relentlessly believes in other people, someone who is called to service, and in some cases serves before themselves. I believe as educators, because we share similar characteristics, we are all colleagues, regardless of seniority. Since we are all striving for a similar goal, to educate, inspire, and motivate the next generation with our own subfield of expertise, we are not in competition with each other. We are colleagues working together on a shared purpose. Therefore, my advice to you, and there's a lot of great advice up here, my advice is to encourage one another always. Whether you are heading out to the field for the first time for your spring practicum, or whether you are student teaching, remember to encourage another person. Check in with them. Participate in class discussions and assignments with intention. As time moves on, and you've taught for several years, I advise you to continue encouraging one another. Stop by another classroom, share lunch, share kind words, sign up for special activities inside and outside of the classroom, share wisdom, share stories, share laughter. These practices are encouraging and necessary in education. Create as many relationships as possible within the field of education as you can, and encourage each other daily. Even your administrators, the counselors, the librarians, the paraprofessionals, the school volunteers, the energetic teachers, and the tired teachers. Remember always to accept encouragement yourself. Within the field of education, we sometimes get laser focused. We tend to close the door. We tend to put our heads down. We agonize over details. We agonize over perfection. We sometimes feel too busy to participate. I encourage you to keep the door open and receive kindness. The more affirmations you hear, the more you believe, which is to say, you are making a difference in society, even on the most difficult days. As your colleague, I'm here to encourage you. We are all here to encourage you. That's why we're here tonight. We wish you the best and congratulate you on your transition and your step into the field of education.
Well, that was some great advice from Rhonda. I'm going to ask at this time that Dr. Ginny Moore, Assistant Director of Field Placement and Licensure, come up to the front, and we are going to have our new inductees into the program come on up and collect your name tag, shake Dr. Moore's hand, and then once you've done that, just kind of step to the side because we have some other plans for you. Okay, so if I pronounce your name wrong, I sincerely apologize, but I will do my absolute best. Okay, so our first inductee, we have Ashlyn Bigham. Okay, Raina Gehring. Jillian Lundgren. Kaylee Neal. Robert Shane. Clara Taylor. Maya Thomas. Olivia Zastro. Lily Barber. Marina Rago. All right, so Bill, if you could just pan over, get a picture of all of our inductees. And then I would love at this moment for all of the student teachers to stand. So if you're going to be student teaching in the spring, please stand up.
There you go.
There we go. I would love for you to head to a table where you see a student teacher standing, and student teachers to be, please give some words of wisdom. Okay, so on how to go end up getting the most out of the program and how to launch into the student teaching. Okay, so we'll do that for about 3 minutes or so. Alrighty, everyone. It sounds like you have a good conversation, gave some good advice. Okay, we need to get a photograph of all of our outgoing student teachers. So if you're a student teaching in the spring, please go organize yourselves by Ginny Moore. And we will also pass out some little journals for you as well. Brandon wants to take a picture. Ready? Not yet, because I'm not ready. Okay, but you have to either get in or get out. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And now we'll not make it in Portuguese so you guys know better. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Thank
No, that's backwards. Yeah. For us, yes. Oh, you can take it out. Do you guys know?
All right, we are 2 segments left of our program. So the final act of our evening tonight is going to be my dear friend and mentor, Dr. Walt Wilbon. He's our guest speaker, and if I could give you one piece of advice for the rest of your career, it is to always have a mentor and be a mentor. So Walt has been my mentor for over 14 years. He's been there for every single success, answered the phone when I haven't been in the best mood, when I've been discouraged. And he has been a true inspiration to not only myself, but thousands of students who have gone through his classroom at Manhattan High. So he is an amazing teacher. He is very hands-on. He's got every animal known to man in his classroom. And he is in his 50th year of teaching science. He's also an adjunct professor with Montana State Masters of Science and Science and Education program. He's been blessed to work with Better Elementary Science Teaching Program, Systemic Teacher Education Program. He's been a lead facilitator in developing e-mentoring for student success, and one of the developers of the Sally Ride Institute. This is a very abridged version of all of the things that Walt is involved in. He's also part of Montana Science Teachers Association, the National Science Teachers Association, and he's the type of person that always finds the time for people, even though he has all of these amazing projects, and he sets an amazing example. In addition to teaching, he's been a plumber. He knows how to do every home repair known to man. He's a magician and a corporate magician to a Fortune 500 company. Walt lives his life at full speed, and tonight he hopes to share some of his ideas from his years of teaching with you. Without further ado, I would love to introduce you to my friend and mentor, Dr. Walt Wilbon.
I usually don't need a microphone. Can you hear me back over in there? All right, thumbs up. I love it. Change it if you change your mind kind of thing. I'm really glad to be here with everybody. It's absolutely amazing. When I sat down to prepare, Marcy contacted me. What do I want to say? I said, what were the top 3 things, if I was giving advice to teachers, what's the top 3 things that I would say? But I had another little thing in there. What's the top 3 things I can use for myself? Top 3 things that would make me a better teacher tomorrow than I am today. So that's kind of my focus about what's happening and what's going on. Number 1, and you know, I came in a regular teacher candidate, these things, I could have gone right off those. They were absolutely fantastic. I'm so excited we have such talented people that are going to continue on in teaching. That is absolutely fantastic. Number 1, build relationships first. You've heard it a million times. The foundation of effective teaching is relationships. Before diving into content full blast, take time to get to know your students. Understand where they're coming from. What engages them. Have them trust you. Whether it's greeting them at the door, asking how their weekend was, going to one of their sports events or one of their other events, We're fostering a positive environment that makes things work. And you know, it's easy as a teacher, that student who's the top A student, comes from a great family, does all kinds of things, loves what you do, comes in telling you all the time, Mr. Smith or Mrs. Smith, you're fantastic, we just love the way you are. Those are easy relationships, important, but easy relationship. I hope we have a lot of teachers in here that also looks for relationships that may be more challenging. The student is not motivated by school, that doesn't have the good family life, that doesn't have everything going for it. Sometimes that teacher, stepping up and making that connection makes everything happen. When I first got into coaching, my coaching mentor, I agree with Marcy on mentors and how it goes, my coaching mentor said to me, he said, Walt, measure your success by how far you bring your weakest athlete. I thought about that. And as years go by, changed that a little bit, or adapted that a little bit, and I said, measure my success as a teacher by how far I can bring my weakest student. How much can I engage him? How much can I get him excited? How much can I do to help him out? And it's a challenge. It really, really is. So that's an important one. Number 2, set clear expectations and routines. Students thrive in a structured environment. From day one, ask them what you expect in terms of behavior, work ethic, participation. Establish routines that build stability in the classroom. How you start lessons, how you end lessons, that's all critically important. Being in routines helps kids learn. They're more likely to meet them and do well if you're constantly managing behavior and keeping everything consistent. Clear expectations are important. I always tell my student teachers when they go out, I always tell them the key is monitor how every period goes. Probably what will happen is probably 1 or 2 periods, boy, this is a challenging period. The rest flow really, really nice. Really challenging period. It's those classes that are challenging that stepping up good routines, keep the relationships, keep everything going. And number 3, be flexible and reflective. Absolutely critical. As a teacher, in fact, I have a plan and I'm going into it, and boy, when the things throw monkey wrenches in there, something comes in, it's like, oh boy. And I keep going back saying, okay, well, be flexible, be flexible. Kids' lives are different and the way things go are different. Be flexible. The reflection is absolutely essential, and you folks do it, I can tell, just by moving your tables around and people going to tables. It's real important that after each period you reflect, what did I do well? What did I need some work on? Important kinds of things to do. If you focus on building relationships, setting clear expectations, and being flexible, you're going to create a positive and productive environment for learning, both for your kids and also for you. Embrace the challenges. Take them. Go forward. And keep positive. Keep smiling. It's not the end of the world. We're not shooting gophers here. Yeah, I'm reminded. I think of myself oftentimes as a builder of bridges. I build a bridge between myself and my students. And that bridge may have content going through it. It may have expectations going through it. It may have a lot of things going through it. And a number of years ago, I ran across a poem by Alan Domgross called The Bridge Builder. And it meant so much to me each day that I would look at it. I have a copy in my classroom up. The students see it and do that to know what's going. Let me share it with you if I might. Building bridges, even when bridges might be tough to build. It goes like this. An old man going a lone highway came in the evening, cold and gray, to a chasm vast and deep and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fears to him, but he stopped when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a fellow pilgrim near, you're wasting your strength with your building here. Your journey will end with the ending day. You never again will pass this way. You crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build you this bridge at eventide? The builder lifted his old gray head. Good friend, in the path I've come, he said. There followeth after me today a fair-haired youth whose feet must also pass this way. This chasm, which is not to me, to that fair-haired youth might a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I'm building the bridge for him. We build bridges, we make transactions, we adapt, we learn, and our kids really benefit. Observation is a critical part of that. And one of my favorite observation effects here is one you may have seen. It's actually the second oldest trick in magic. It's been around forever. A routine you may have seen uses 8 steel rings. That's how it was invented. My version's a little bit different. Uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steel rings. Now, the magician's put an actor on stage employing his part. And I say his part is the illusion. And I say illusion because we can't link together 2 steel rings. It's impossible. It's against the laws of physics. But tricks, optic tricks, like placing my finger in like that, from a distance you have to agree it looks like it's linked together. Being careful, of course, not to turn the ring sideways, surely exposing an excellent illusion. Or the thumb method, once again, looks like it's linked together, unless I drop one ring back against the other, surely exposing an excellent illusion. People say, well, how do you fool anybody? Well, I tell them, I do it different ways, different angles, different spots, different things. And some people swear the rings are linked together. That's the cool thing about the whole thing. One circle in thing like that. Why does it work? Bonds, molecular bonds between steel that allows it to separate one from the other and make that happen. We just kind of take it, hit there and there, and if we get just the right bond, bingo, it goes all the way down, just like that to make it look. 2 rings soon get boring, my audience, so let me change it up a little bit. Let's use 1, 2, 3 rings. And let me take the rings and throw them up in the air. One of 2 things is going to happen. The rings are either going to blink in midair, much to your thunderous applause, or they're going to come crashing down all over the place, much to my embarrassment. 2, 3, up in the air we go. Yeah. Can you help me? Which it won't hurt a bit. Gonna just have you check it out for these people. What's your name? What is it? Jazz? Jazz? Hi, Jazz. Can we give a hand for Jazz? Jazz is a little on a yank on a twist on. The rest of you watch up here. Watch that. Take 2 spheres of steel, place them together, make them go up and down, and create the illusion, the 2 rings. Let me get what Jazz has over there. We'll get it like that, and so we get 1, 2, 3 steel rings, just like that. And here's what I'd like you to do, Jazz, if you would. Would you take the rings in your hand, like this, kind of like you're driving a steering wheel. And you grab onto right there, that way, and then down here. Okay, and then kind of hold them apart just like this. You're doing good. Yeah, that's perfect. Here's what I do. I take the far left side here and just give it a little pull. Then I try the right side and give it a little pull, like that. Let me check out these rings. Jazz, if I can, you check those out. I see the problem. It's way down here. Yeah, we start there at 1, 2, 3, 4 to make 1, 2, 3, 4 steel rings. And likewise, there's 1, 2, 3. Let me show you in slow motion. The ring from the top to the bottom in slow motion. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3, just like that. Can I get one of those rings back? Your choice. How about that? That's a good one. Let me hook it through like that, in like this, take it like that, through like that to make a crazy little thing. And then you take this last one. Thank you for doing that. And putting it there doesn't look like much, but it allows me to take and show you people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steel rings all linked together. You know, magic is big business these days. And after some shows, people come up and say, you know, I saw that on YouTube. And one of the rings must have a hole in it. Well, I'm quick to tell people talk about holes. Rings like that don't bounce nearly that way. Now, your folks up here, you're real up close and personal, looking this thing over. Probably have a good idea how it works. Don't tell anybody. Tell them this guy was there at MSU, and he took 1 steel ring. He took another one to make 2 steel rings. He took another one to make 3 steel rings like that. And then we got a chain of 3, which thank you very much for helping me out. Yeah, you were right there checking it out. And we pull out, we just gathered those up in my hand like this, and take this one, and we had 4, sir, would you grab that end of that ring? 5, 6 steel rings, just like that. But don't tell them how we did the rings. Big round of applause for my helpers. It's good, like Marcy said, it's good in our teaching lessons, no matter what subject we teach. Kids, when they manipulate and have stuff hands-on, it not only affirms it more, they end up lasting longer. So, with that in mind, if I can get the gentleman in here to help me out, reach back and take out your wallet, would you? I'm not going to take it. Reach out, take out your wallet, check it out. We're looking in the area of extrasensory perception, a little bit, mind reading. That's a good skill to have if you're a teacher. And like that. Gentlemen, open up your wallet. I am looking to obtain, to borrow, not to keep, to borrow the biggest bill we can get. Any $100 bill. No, don't put it away yet. You haven't got a quarter. We're teachers, right? Anybody. Once in a while, somebody will have change. $5. Let's keep going. Let's see what we got. Credit card? No, we can't. Won't work with a credit card. What do we have?
I got 20.
Got a 20. Anybody beat a 20? Can we just temporarily use that, sir?
Okay,
What do you have? 100. Wow. Can you help me out just a minute? Yeah. Come on, I'll give you a round of applause. Great teacher, thank you so much. Like that. No, hang on to it. I don't want to touch it because they'll think you know what I mean? Do a sneaky thing with it. Yeah, I didn't do that kind of thing like that. Heaven knows I don't have a $100 bill in here, but Connor does, going to help us out. Connor, if you would just take and put your initial on that, it'd be great. And that way they don't think I'm substituting the bill and doing anything like that. Kind of thing. I'm digging out some envelopes that we got here. Good. Great. And can you spread it out if you would? Great. That's how I got it. Thanks. And set the thing, make sure I'm over here, and seats and all marked and up here. And maybe verbally, just because they can't see back there. Did you initial the $100 bill?
I did.
Good. What you've done is illegal. He's a secret service agent. Just kidding you. For the first time, Connor, I'm going to borrow that $100 bill. It's all initial and everything's set. And I've got a bunch of envelopes in here, 4 to be exact. Like that. And let me take, 3 of them are all sealed up, but this 4th one is not sealed up. And so we'll do something like that. Great. And get here. And 4 envelopes. In one is Connor's $100 bill. And the other 2, it's a white piece of paper, white piece of typing paper, about the same size as a $100 bill, but not worth a darn thing. So let's see what things we have. Now I can keep track of coding systems and all that kind of thing. So I'm going to ask Connor, if you put your hands behind your back like that, I'm going to give you the bills and you mix them up if you would. There you go. Mix them up. Mix them up. I'm going to find that pen someplace.
You got mirrors in your glasses?
No, not yet. How'd you do? Mixing them up?
I think they're pretty well mixed.
Okay, great. Could I take them back again? And let's repeat, see where we go. Real important in teaching repeating. Envelope number 1 could be Connor's 100, it could be a blank piece of paper. Envelope number 2 could be Connor's 100, could be a blank piece of paper. Envelope number 3 could be, well, you've heard it. Envelope number 4. Connor, I'm going to ask you to completely clear your brain.
How will I do that?
That was quick. That was quick. And we'll take our envelopes. This is amazing this works. But you do need to get a big bill. And give it a try wherever you're in blank classes. Of course, we're talking 200. You've got 8th grade. Not just kidding. Like that. The first number, what you're going to do is try to guess the number that your $100 bill is in. Okay? Envelope 1, 2, or 3. What do you think? Envelope number 2, 3. Good. Can we have a pocket or something to stick it in? Perfect. Just like that. Excellent. I mean, it's amazing. The $100 bill, he picks right out just by doing that. Now, what I used to do, Connor, back in the day, is open them up, and they're really just a piece of paper. And we open it up. And it was ho, ho, ho. Didn't even use it a lot of times. So I increased a little better way to do it. And a little more motivation, a little more stuff. How do you feel, and you're welcome to exchange anytime you wish, how do you feel about envelope number 4? No? Okay, I love that. He's determined like that. He said no. He said 4 is not the choice. So, of course, not the choice. That means that's the one that has a blank piece of paper, like the other 3 of them do. Looks good. Yeah, me too. You're bigger than I am. Okay, how about 1 or 2? You want to change it?
I don't think it's in 2.
Okay. Boy, I'd like to see somebody who has their mind made up and just does that. It's there.
It might be in 2, actually.
I'm starting to feel, boy, you might say, was it starting to feel that maybe it was
There might be a mistake to burn.
Let's switch out. Phew! No cheating. No cheating. You're going to stay with 4? Okay. Good man. Good job. Here we go. He said no, but that was close because he had this feeling, and I encourage you to use it. He had this feeling that was it, and we almost burned the wrong thing. But no, he came back strong. He said, no, it's not it. Number 2, burn it. He said. You did say that, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, good. 1 more to go, and I encourage you if you get that feeling to use it, but otherwise let's stay with 4. $100 is worth waiting. That's a lot of money. Can't cheat. Can't cheat.
I'm just trying to see what
Can't
looks a
cheat.
little better. I feel it.
No way. Gotta just pick it.
This one feels like a folded $100 bill. So we're sticking with it.
That's good. That's good. I got one last question for you, Connor. How's the sprinkler system in the building?
Right there.
How's the smoke detector? We have fire marshal comes through and do it. Let's repeat what's happened, folks. I borrowed a $100 bill, put it in there. I mixed it up. Connor mixed it up. And then step by step we eliminated, right? We went down through step by step. And he almost at times changed his mind. But no, he came around and said, I got the number 4's it. He stayed with it. And there it is. Connor, if you would you take that? Don't rip it in half. Like rip off the top. So I want you to rip the bill in half. That happened one time. Open it up, Connor. Take out your $100 bill. Find your signature. Spread it open and show everybody your signature that's on that bill. You guessed it. You made happen. Show them back there. There it is. $100 bill that he's got. Oh my God. You picked the wrong bill. Anybody got another $100 bill? Honest, it really, really works. Oh my heaven. Hasn't. Oh, well, you got to be prepared for this kind of stuff. It can happen as much. Gosh, this is probably only first or second. I'll bet it was number 2.
It was probably number 2. That's what I thought about the most.
I thought about that too when I walked back. But anyhow, my wallet, and it's all thing, and it's got a zipper, zipped all the way down inside there. Yeah, and I see an envelope in there. Is what I see. Oh, cool. This is great. This is fire insurance. Just in case that happens. Just in case we need it. And I wonder how we are covered in this case. Connor, can you read my policy and see how we're covered? What makes it happen? Ah, it's a bill. Can you have show that signature? Yeah, there we go. Folks, you are a great crew. Enjoy. This is a fantastic profession. You'll enjoy it. I can tell from what you're writing up there for your sayings. It's fantastic. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I learned. If you have a moment, just head on over to our photo booth, take some pictures. You can sit and enjoy yourself, visit with your friends and family, come and talk to the staff and professors. We're all happy you're here, so enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Hey, Dr. O, you should get in there. She's trying to come through right now. All right. Oh, this is awesome. Marina, what's up? Ooh, I want the pom-poms.
Hey, lap pictures, all types of expression. Wait, we're all done.